You talkin' to me? It's February 2026, and we are officially celebrating the 50th anniversary of Martin Scorsese's masterpiece, Taxi Driver. 50 years ago this week, the world first met Travis Bickle, and cinema was never the same. Today, we're looking at the staggering evolution of this legendary cast, from the gritty streets of 1976 to their status as Hollywood royalty in 2026. Let's see how At the center of it all is Robert De Niro, whose portrayal of Travis Bickle remains the ultimate, then versus now, study in acting. In 1976, De Niro was a young, volcanic talent who had just won an Oscar for The Godfather Part 2. He famously worked 12-hour shifts as a real NYC cab driver to prepare for the role, creating a character that became the face of urban alienation. Looking back at the then of 1976, his mohawk and M65 field jacket became symbols of a broken generation. Now, in February 2026, Robert De Niro is a global institution. At 82 years old, he is currently making headlines for his continued collaboration with Martin Scorsese, most recently in 2024's Killers of the Flower Moon. In 2026, De Niro's transformation is less about the physical grit and more about his status as the grandfather of cinema. He has moved from the blunt instrument of 1976 to a sophisticated, Oscar-winning elder statesman who still commands the screen. Seeing the 1976 Travis, a man talking to his reflection in a dirty mirror, side by side with the 2026 De Niro, receiving Lifetime Achievement honors at film festivals, shows the trajectory of arguably the greatest acting career in history. He didn't just play a taxi driver, he created a blueprint for every anti-hero that followed for the next half-century. The most controversial and impressive, then versus now, belongs to Jodie Foster. In 1976, she was just 12 years old when she played Iris, a performance that was so mature and haunting it earned her an Academy Award nomination. The then of 1976 saw a child star forced to navigate adult themes with a poise that shocked the industry. Because of her age, her sister Connie had to serve as a body double for certain scenes, but it was Jodie's face and voice that defined the film's moral heart. Fast forward to the now of 2026, and Jodie Foster has become a legend in her own right, not just as a two-time Oscar winner, but as a prestigious director and producer. In 2026, she is coming off a massive wave of success from her role in True Detective, Night Country, proving she is still the queen of the psychological thriller. The transformation from the 1976 girl trapped in a brutal NYC underworld to the 2026 woman who is a leader in the Hollywood industry is a testament to her resilience. In 2026, Foster is often cited as the ultimate example of a child star who successfully transitioned into a lifelong, respected career. She remains the only person who could ever stand toe-to-toe with De Niro's Travis and hold her own. Finally, we have the man behind the lens, Martin Scorsese. In 1976, Scorsese was a hungry director with everything to prove. Taxi Driver was his love letter, and his nightmare, to New York City. The then version of Scorsese was a man who literally desaturated the film's final bloodbath to avoid an X rating, fighting the system to get his vision on screen. Now, in February 2026, Scorsese is officially being celebrated at the Berlin Film Festival with a Lifetime Achievement Award, marking 50 years since his first Palme d'Or win. In 2026, he is no longer just a director, he is the savior of film history through his Film Foundation. Watching the 1976 Scorsese, who famously had a cameo in his own film as the jealous husband in the back of Travis's cab, compared to the 2026 Scorsese, who is currently developing a new film about the life of Christ, shows a man whose passion for the medium has never faded. He has evolved from the bad boy of the new Hollywood era to the ultimate guardian of the art form. In 2026, Taxi Driver is being re-released in 8K for its 50th anniversary, proving that Scorsese's 1976 vision of a broken city is just as relevant and chilling today as it was 5 decades ago. 50 years later, and the neon lights of Travis Bickle's New York are still glowing. From the 1976 streets to the 2026 Hall of Fame, Taxi Driver remains an undisputed masterpiece. Which 50-year transformation shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments and hit subscribe for our next 50th anniversary deep dive. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes on the road.